Hi, it's Reverend John at Unity Palo Alto Spiritual Center. Our thought yesterday was, I release any feelings of hostility. Our thought for today, I renew my practice of non-resistance. This article was written by Reverend Rick Shoemaker, and it was published by Unity in the booklet Release and Renew. The road to peace of mind and personal well-being is paved with the stones of non-resistance. Daily, we face people and situations that we find disagreeable, and at such times, it's good to practice non-resistance. Non-resistance is the spiritual practice of holding our minds and our hearts above disagreement. It is to agree at a higher level. Non-resistance does not acknowledge or agree with any so-called evil. Instead, it lifts up the person or situation we might have viewed as disagreeable or evil. Every person, situation, or condition has its core in a divine spark. Non-resistance fans this divine spark into a flame of peace and well-being. The command to turn the other cheek does not ask us to stay in the presence of evil. It requires us to turn away from it. This is the spiritual practice of non-resistance. In its highest form, it's lifting up our vision to see the beauty and truth in every person, situation, and condition. We practice non-resistance when we hold our mind and thought and heart above any conflict. Each loving thought and each gentle word are a paving stone on the path of non-resistance. Now, this writing was inspired by Matthew chapter 5, verses 25 and 39. Come to terms quickly with your accuser. Do not resist an evildoer, but if someone strikes you on the right cheek, turn the other cheek as well. And today my thought is to renew the practice of non-resistance today. So let's take a deep breath, because this is another heavy one when we talk about this idea of evildoers. Our minds very quickly go to the worst case scenario. And even in that worst case scenario, this idea that there is a divine spark in that situation can be true. It may be very difficult for us to see it, especially when we are resistant to the situation, when we're pushing against the situation, when we're holding an attachment to having life be pretty and happy and beautiful all the time. We are resisting the gifts in life when things get a little bit hard, let alone very difficult. So when we are in a situation where we are looking at another being as evil, or we're looking at another being as even disagreeable, it's time for us to turn the other cheek. Now, when I say turn the other cheek, I love the image of, it's not you get slapped on one side, so turn them so they can slap you on the other side. That's not what it means. It means turn your consciousness. If you're looking at something from the idea of it being disagreeable, of being evil, of being bad, the commandment is, the master teacher saying, is turn the other cheek in your consciousness. To start looking for what possibility might be there. What opportunity might be there for me to grow? What opportunity might there be for me to bring peace to the situation, to bring a calming word, instead of being triggered, instead of running down the ideas of hostility and the feelings of hostility and allowing those to drive us? Take a deep breath. Release the need to control the other person, control the situation. Stop resisting what is. And just allow what is to be. And when you allow what is to be, you take back your own power. You're no longer at the will and slave to what's happening when you're non-resistance, when you're practicing non-resistance. You now take back your own power, and it's the idea of, this is just simply what is. I don't have to like it. I don't have to agree with it. I may vehemently disagree with it. And while I'm in disagreement, instead of acting from a hostile standpoint, I can act with non-resistance and say, this is what is, and here's how I'm going to show up. And the way I show up may be in a form that seems like resistance. It may be a form that looks like protesting in a peaceful manner. It may simply be, within me, shifting my own consciousness away from, condemning someone else or condemning myself, and condemning what is, fighting what is, just allowing what is to be, and living in that, from that place of your divine spark, from that place of that higher consciousness, that place within you that has been untouched, that is pure of spirit. So as we move through this day, let us notice and release our hostile thoughts, and let us renew our power and practice of non-resistance, taking back our power so that we can live empowered lives. Have a wonderful day. Love and blessings. Namaste.